The United Nations is on the spot over what some critics view as having gone quiet on the grave allegations that French soldiers in the Central African Republic sexually abused children as young as 9 in exchange for food rations. The allegations only became public after a UN staffer leaked the report to French authorities. The staffer has since been suspended. The UN is now defending its decision to hand the report over to French authorities instead of going public with it.
We don't try to interfere with countries' domestic investigative processes. At the same time, what we did through our Human Rights Office in Bangui is conduct a human rights investigation in the late spring of 2014. That was in response to serious allegations of sexual exploitation and abuse of children by French military personnel. We tried to make sure that that will be followed up on, and in fact it is being followed up on. In terms of when it's being made public, I believe the French authorities have their own way of processing this, and you really need to ask them the question of how they disclose this sort of information as they go about this.
Authorities in the Central African Republic, however, feel that it would have been better if the report had been made public.
Indeed, the Public Prosecutor's Office would not have been indifferent to these allegations and would have made contact with our partners at the UN and French Embassy in regards to these dossiers. Instructions have already been given to the judicial police, in particular the SRI, to investigate these allegations, which are evidently extremely serious.
In spite of French President François Hollande's declaration that there would be no mercy for any soldiers found to have abused children in the Central African Republic, there are concerns that this scandal could cost his troops goodwill in the region. There are already mixed reactions to the allegations among those affected by the conflict in the Central African Republic.
I
don't agree with it all. I do not agree with it. When I see the French soldiers and soldiers from other countries that are here, it breaks my heart because they haven't come to protect us. They've come here to ransack our country, hurt our children. That's not what we are interested in.
The French government has said it is carrying out 2 separate investigations into claims that 16 of its soldiers abused vulnerable children at a camp for internally displaced people. France sent an initial 1,600 troops to the country in December 2013 after violence flared following a coup. The country descended into ethnic and sectarian violence, with thousands of people fleeing their homes and the UN warning that there was a high risk of genocide. The UN took over and expanded the African peacekeeping mission in September 2014. Mahia Mutwa, CCTV.